think about you. It's all about you. Like, don't allow stuff to get to you.
I like that. My man, my man. But you need to stop blocking other men, bro. You can't keep on discriminating out here. Anyway, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the first official episode of the Boys in the Wild podcast, where we try and figure out this thing called life. My name is Alan Sheriff.
I'm Brian Roa.
And I'm Richard.
And things are about to get wild. Now, before we ask the first official question of this podcast, I want to get an idea of how my co-hosts are doing right now. What's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling?
Man, other than my March Madness bracket being busted, I have no idea what Kentucky did last night, but my Final Four is still unlocked. I'm doing good, man. How about you, Alan?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know how it goes over here, man. Just trying to keep them podcasting skills up to par and expressing myself as best as I can. What's up with you, Richie Rich?
Yo, I'm good, y'all. And yeah, like I'm doing good, man. Like Alan, he called us co-hosts, but he forgot to mention that we're also best friends since our
Word.
college days. So
That's what's up.
yeah, I'm good, man. Like we just finished a major. Well, we're about to finish a major project at work. That we've been working on since August. So you know, yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like that.
That's what's up, Rich.
Friends, co-hosts, associates, affiliates, gang members. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention that. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Time out.
Let's talk about. Let's go to the first question. Hopefully, the FBI didn't hear that. Yo, so what are y'all thinking about blocking people? Like, do you think it's a healthy practice? Like, sometimes I hear a lot of conversations about whether or not blocking is good for your mental health, or it's something that kind of hinders people in their ability to be able to cope with the external world and everything that's actually going on around them type stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I just want to get y'all's perspective. I mean, Brian, how do you feel about blocking? Do you think it's a healthy practice?
I think under the right reasons, blocking should be very useful. If you're trying to just get negativity out like your news feed across, let's say Instagram or going on Twitter, looking at your timeline, some of the stuff that you see, even from your close friends or your significant other, or it could just be those work relations that you made across work, aren't very healthy for you. And I would say when you want to block somebody out your life, you got to make sure, like, you have to ask yourself, are these people giving value to my life, or are they just pushing too much negativity across my newsfeed?
Mm,
And trust me, man, like we all work 9 to 5s, we all have busy lives. We don't want to just keep our lives just encumbered in just negativity. And I would say, like, if you see negative stuff all the time, and that's what I would do, if I just see people constantly just push negative stuff across my timeline, then I'm gonna hit that block button, or at the very least, I'm gonna hit that unfollow. But personally, you definitely need to have good people in your life, and I feel like blocking will definitely get those bad people out of your life somehow.
facts, facts. What about you, Richie Rich?
Okay, so for me, full disclosure, I have never blocked a single soul in my entire life. I think for me, all I just do just like delete the contact, delete the chat. But I mean, you guys know I'm not on social media like that, so I don't have anybody to unfollow or anything. So for me, it's kind of just like, yeah, delete the number, delete the chat, and if that person decides to reach out, then they can reach out. But I think it's more about me not reaching out to them. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I kind of agree with that because I probably only blocked one person in my entire life. And I probably had a really good reason for doing so. I just can't remember exactly. But that's a whole nother conversation. I think that there's nothing necessarily wrong with blocking someone, especially if that person might be harassing you or upsetting you or just bothering you in ways that are extremely unhealthy because people on the internet are crazy nowadays, man. All types of
That's so
trolls out
true.
there. It's disgusting behavior. And sometimes the stuff they say, you just know for a fact that it's someone who lives in their basement and has nothing to do. Because the stuff they be saying,
Facts.
be
Facts.
making me really think about why we live in such a world where we have this device, we have this thing called the internet, we have these devices, And people were just willing to say whatever they want on them because they know there would be no repercussions to their actions. But it's just disgusting behavior. And I think blocking is completely fair. It's completely healthy. I think that if someone's bothering you, just get them out of there. I think you were about to say something, Richie Rich. What's up?
So you tell me you can't you tell me you can't remember why you blocked this one individual.
Let me wait. Hold on. Give me a second.
Is Rich
Just
really putting you on the spot, Alwyn?
I think he is.
Oh
No,
man.
I'm sure I can remember. Look,
Oh my goodness.
I
Cause
think
man,
that because
bro. I was about to say you got all that forehead and you can't remember. Like what's going on?
well, I feel like this man was gonna say something like that. Look, man, come
But
on.
that was a layup, bro. So you love that thing. I just had to like dunk it, bro.
All
Like
right, you're not lying. You're not lying. All right, wait, no. So here's the thing. It's all coming to the forefront now. I store a lot of information in this thing. so
clearly.
I'm bringing it to the
Richard's
bringing it
definitely
over.
said
Look,
emphasis on a lot.
the reason why I blocked that individual was because I know that that individual was bothering me a lot and they were doing so in a very subtle. The thing about me is I'm usually a very nice person. I'm a really nice guy. But the thing about me is that I know that when I read in between the lines and you're doing very subtle, you're demonstrating very subtle behaviors, you're demonstrating unethical, unnecessary type of actions, or you're trying to be manipulative in some type of way to your language, I'm going to be able to read between those lines. And so for
Was
me
this a boy or
personally,
girl?
because I can like really look underneath the veil and see what's going on, I'll just get rid of you completely. Like there's only so much I can deal with when it comes to those types of people. Like I'm usually very tolerant. I'm very accepting. Like it doesn't matter how like crazy you can be but there are some people who are just genuinely evil on some Game of Thrones type stuff. And that's the reason why I blocked that person because they were trying to claw their way to the top. Like they were Littlefinger, and I was Sansa. So, well, I'm not sure if I'm Sansa, but
You
but yeah,
definitely don't look like a Sansa, bro.
yeah, I'm definitely not
No, no, he does
Sansa.
not.
Nah.
Wait, real quick, but the people want to know: was this a boy or a girl you were blocking?
This was a girl. This was a girl. She was on her way. But look, anyway, let's not even put too much of
Hold
my
up,
personal
Alwyn.
business
I
out
want to
there.
ask you.
But
You make some good points, but let me bring up the question: when would you decide to block somebody versus unfollowing them?
I think that when I'm deciding to block someone, it's because I know for a fact that either seeing them is bothering me a lot or they even have the opportunity to contact me. Kind of like what Rich was saying earlier. Sometimes you leave open the opportunity for people to contact you. But for me, I didn't even want to waste any time with it because even if I was to see this person in public or whatever it is, I still would have felt comfortable at least not being able to see them on social media because that's just how much I just within my soul, because there's only so much you can take as a person. You always have that one thing or that one person that irks you so much that it's like, I don't want any of it. Now, when it comes to
Facts.
following and unfollowing, I feel like that's a whole another conversation because you're still leaving the door open for that person in your life, but you just might not be interested in their content, maybe, or you just might not like the energy that they're putting out there. Like I had friends who were Trump supporters, so I just unfollowed them. But I'm the type of person where if I can have a really, really good conversation with you and you give me a really good reason why I support him, and I really don't know if there's any good reason out there, I'll open the door, to some type of potential future relationship. I'll reflect the question back to you, Brian.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I get your point when you mean the difference between unfollowing and blocking people, but I kind of disagree when you talked about how blocking somebody is like really getting them out of your life because when you block somebody, you also realize you can also unblock them back. Like, let's say that you go through your timeline and you come across an argument maybe with your friend, significant other, and then you realize that you're wrong situation. There's been so many situations that I've seen, even in TV shows where they're like, "Oh, I was wrong, you were right, so I'm about to unblock you. You're
Mm,
back in my timeline right now." So it's
mm,
kind of the
mm,
same instinct as like unfollowing versus unblocking somebody. So it's always
it's
tough. Like if you're gonna cut somebody
mm,
out or you just want them out of your feed. And I feel like you make good points that blocking people gets them out of your feed, but also in real life, if you do see them, like in a work setting, or it could be going to the same bar or the same area in your city, then yeah, you're still gonna see them.
no.
But
I'll
just
I'll
because you use
say
social
this.
media,
I'll
it's just
say
not gonna
this.
be useful.
You're sending them a
Uh,
message. That's
yeah,
it.
okay.
You're sending them a message. That's the only reason why I would block someone. Hey, I want you to know that the damage is done.
Okay, that's
That's
true.
all it really is. How do you feel, Rich?
Look, man, this is why I feel like we should have a segment on the podcast called Uncle Richie Says, because I'm about to school y'all on this, right? Here- no,
Speak, all-knowing wizard.
Here's what here's what I think about this situation. Be like your Uncle Richie. Just get off social media. You know, I haven't
Come
been
on,
there
bro.
ever in my entire. Listen, bro. Listen, in my entire 25 years of existence,
Mhm.
you have never seen me on Instagram, Twitter. I have Snapchat, but like that was just because of like I wanted to keep in touch with my people, back in the U.S. and all that. But look, man, from what I've seen, man, social media, bro, like it's a losing battle when it comes to peace of
Uh-huh.
mind.
Mhm.
For me, like, um, you know, I just stay away from it. You
Mhm.
know, I don't care how much money I make, how famous I get. If I live up to 100 and something years old, you will never see a boy with an Instagram account, with a Facebook account. Okay, I did have a Facebook account back in like the early days. Like this was like 2010 ish,
Mhm.
09. Deleted that thing with a quickness. But here's what I would say,
Because you was
guys.
ugly. That's
Um,
why. You over here talking about I got a big forehead. You
Yo, for
self-conscious about
real
your
though,
own body, boy.
sidebar, yo. I remember I was trying to look up Richard on Facebook when I first met this dude, and I think I came across his dad's profile on Facebook. And I was like, hold up, this dude looks smack like Richard, but 50 years older. I'm like, oh, that's your dad, right?
no,
the,
no, that was my
the
sister's, bro.
No
updated
This was
BS
my
on
version.
that.
pops
That actually
number.
happened. I
The
was like,
updated
yeah, that's
version.
Richard in 50 years right there.
You got updated. You just grabbed the mushroom.
Bro, my sister forced my pops to make that, bro. Like I couldn't believe it.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
guys, I mean that's the way I feel, and like I always believe in putting yourself first, man. I can't remember which book it was, but it was talking about pay yourself first. You know, I always believe like you gotta think about yourself first. If it's affecting your like your inner peace, your mental health, your you know, get that stuff out the door. We don't need that. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to be waking up seeing like 1,000, mentions about Richie, talking about yeah, Richie. You know, I didn't like the shoes he was wearing today. What? No.
But you can't escape someone's grasp just because you leave social media. They could just contact your phone number. That's that's one thing that I'm thinking about. And you leave the door open sometimes, and I can appreciate that because I kind of do that too. Because I have this
I
part of
do
me
that
that
for
feels like I
girls.
can give
I
someone
do
a
that for
second
girls,
chance.
not dudes.
Not why are you discriminating? What you got a problem with dudes? You are a dude, so it's self hate now at this point. But anyway, look,
Yeah,
man,
like
I also think that there's a conversation to be had for people who you need to know why this person blocked you in the first place. I think there's a conversation for that too, because I think some people block others due to insecurities. I feel like someone could probably block you just because they might have some issue going on in their own life and they don't really know how to process the situation in a kind of healthy way. I think there's a conversation to be had there, not to delegitimize anybody's feelings about why they would need to block someone. If you want to block someone, do so for the good of your own mental health. I don't have an issue with that. I completely feel okay with that. But my thing is, I think there's also a conversation to be had there, though. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we need to invite some therapists in here next time, but that's just how I feel. How you feeling about that, Brian?
yeah, man, Richard makes a good point about blocking social media completely. And trust me, like I've had my social media cleanses when I was job searching during the pandemic. And trust me, it does feel good to just not have to worry about what people are doing across social and putting yourself in expectations that you're not matching or you're thinking that you're behind. But it comes down to a distinction between whether you want to see people and follow your closest friends or just want to cut social media completely. And you made a good point, Alan, about it's all about your mental health. Like, do what's best for you and what's good for your mental health, and you should be good to go. So, if it's completely getting social media out of your life for a period of time, or it could be forever. That's up to you. There's no rule that says you have to have social media, but there's also no rule that says you have to keep people in your life that isn't keeping you happy or keeping you in good mental health. So that's what I think about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'd like to see some other people speak on this though. I mean, I'm thinking of I'd really like to see some of my idols or even other, influential podcasters that I know about touch upon this subject as well. I think that'd be awesome because I think this is a very important subject. I don't know if I can think of anybody off the top of my mind though. Um
I definitely got somebody. I was listening to this episode about toxic positivity from this podcast called Same Time Next Week. Those three girls really give a good episode
oh
about
word?
how harmful your words mean when you actually try to be good to somebody. But that's all I'm going to say about that. And it was some real stuff I was listening to, man.
Oh
Good
bet.
stuff.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man.
Yeah, man. Maybe we should reach out to them and see how they feel about the subject. Shoot. I don't know.
Yeah, good idea, man.
Yeah. We might have to pay them up front though. I don't know if they're willing to I don't know if they're willing to touch on
I
that
got
free
$3.
stuff.
That's it,
Like,
bro. I got $3.
I got a couple
That's
dollars
it.
in my pocket. Let's see what we can work with.
No,
But closing
I
thoughts,
got
closing
$3
thoughts.
in the chicken wing.
Closing thoughts though. Closing thoughts. How do y'all feel about this overall? I'll probably go first. Yeah, man. Again, like I said, blocking is completely natural. It's completely healthy. It's completely normal. It's based on the premise that you're doing everything for the good of your mental health, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. I do think I think there needs to be a conversation to be had though about people who block others for bad reasons. I think
Mm.
that there could be a conversation that needs to be had there, but I guess it is a bit of a gray area. But the fact of the matter is, mental health is important.
Yeah, for real, man. And I'm just gonna summarize everything that I believe across blocking people, just blocking social media. Do what's comfortable for your mental health. Like, don't look at expectations that people think that you should have. Know your own expectations and know exactly when it's healthier to block social media completely or just block the people or those accounts that you used to follow out of your life, and you should be good to go. That's what I think.
Nice, Richie Rich.
Okay, so for me, I don't know if you guys remember. I think it must have been like a first or second semester, been back in school, and there was this one professor that all the girls just went crazy for. And I remember one key concept from his class. Remember when you're talking about like the external loci, internal loci, like
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
stuff.
so
Oh
for
my god.
me, I feel like, okay, if I allow something to get to me, that's on me, y'all. You
Mhm,
know?
mhm,
So if somebody says, yo, Richie, I don't like your shoes, and I love those shoes. And if I feel some type of way about it, that's on me.
mhm.
Because, like, why am I putting so much focus on this person? You
Fair
know what I'm
enough.
saying?
Hmm,
So,
fair
like,
enough.
all I'm trying to say is, like, look, guys, and, to the viewers of the world, um, think about you first. Um, think about you. It's all about you. Like, don't allow stuff to get to you. Don't, that's not, especially if it's not true,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
think about you
Mhm.
first.
Yeah,
And
facts, man.
I like
yeah,
that.
that's all. That's all, that's
I
all
like
Uncle
that.
Richie has to say about that.
I like that. My man, my man. But you need to stop blocking other men, bro. You can't keep on discriminating out here. Anyway, that's it for the BIW podcast, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And really hope y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. When would you block or cut someone out your life? And go follow us across social media at Boys in the Wild Podcast. And remember, keep it short, keep it real.